I have been able to share with you has equaled what you've shared with me, which has really sharpened my toolkit, which can become dull over the years, and I feel refreshed. And so I thank you, and I look forward to seeing what you do today. And I'm really sorry not to be in the room and getting to meet people, meet the rest of you. So thank you, and I look forward.
Thank you, Ain. So we're going to be going next to Edu Fernandez. He is one of the visual associate artists. He's from A Coruña, Spain. So I'll be showing one of his videos that he wants us to show. So please enjoy.
Hello, I'm looking for an Android. Yes, please send it to my house. Very thank you. Goodbye.
Ding dong.
Oh, what a surprise.
Hello, I am Robot 835.
I was waiting for this nice and beautiful robot. Show me your skills as human. Yes, accurate, very correct, very nice, very behavior, because this is really confusing for me. I have to go to work. You stay here, okay? I will come back very soon, okay?
Okay. I have finally finished my master's in gender theory. I have understood that men are evil. I must destroy the patriarchy.
Oh, after 8 hours of work, I am feeling so tired. Darling, where are you?
I am going to kill him.
Oh no, but I thought you loved me. What are you doing?
I am going to kill you.
Please, somebody help. Help. Please.
All
Why?
men must die.
Somebody help. Oh.
All the robotic women will take over the world. Gatos clonados. Los gatos en el espacio. Gatos astronautas podríamos hacer.
Espacial.
Sí. Mira, ¿ves? Space cats.
Ven aquí, es muy travieso tú. Eres muy traviesa. No me dejan cogerlos. Oh, I had a very bad dream.
Oh, don't worry, go to sleep.
Oh,
It's okay. I had a really bad dream.
What is it? Oh, don't worry, just sleep. Oh, I had this terrible dream.
Oh, it's okay, don't worry. Just go to sleep.
What is
I
it?
had a bad dream.
Oh, no worry, just sleep.
I had a really bad dream.
What happened? Don't worry, no. Don't worry, sleep. I had a bad dream.
Oh, don't worry, just sleep.
Okay.
It's okay. I had a really bad dream.
What is it? Yes, don't worry, sleep. Oh, hello. You are the drug dealer.
Yes, I'm the drug dealer.
I'm looking for something very strong.
I have something very special here. I
Yes?
think you'll like it.
Oh, can I have some? I would really like it.
Yeah. Take your pick. You just put it in your mouth and you swallow.
Okay?
You are going to have a massive inspiration from this experience.
Okay. Are you sure
Yes.
you're not cheating me, right?
No.
Okay.
This drug is very powerful. I cannot. I'm collapsing.
When you wake up, you're going to be madly in love with me.
Oh, what happened? Oh, who are you? You are an angel. You're very beautiful. I love you so much. Please, marry me. Marry me. I love you so much. I was looking for you for so long.
I know.
Be my girlfriend, okay? I can give you a lot of kisses. I can give you hugs. Come, I give you a hug. And I can give you caresses. Caresses, a lot of caresses. What do you think? Yes, yes. I love you so much.
Darling, I think I've lost my hand.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I kind of lost it somewhere.
No, it must be somewhere.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, a hand does not simply disappear.
Yeah, well, I just woke up like this and I didn't have it.
Come closer, come closer. Well, let me see. Come closer. Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Do you have a cigarette for me?
No, I don't smoke, sorry.
Oh, can you spare me maybe a coin or?
I don't have any.
This is a knife. Now you give me all your money, biatch.
Karate girl!
Oh no!
Karate girl! Karate girl! Karate girl!
Me está pegando de verdad. Me has pegado fuerte, en serio. Hey, hello. What is
Hi.
this? What is this little baby?
It's my baby.
It is a very,
Yeah.
very nice. But it is very furry, no?
Well, yeah, he's a little bit furry, but
It looks like a cat to me. Maybe.
no. It's my baby. It's not cat.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But it does have whiskers. Look at
Oh
this
well,
whisker.
you know, everybody has a few whiskers.
And these very big ears too.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just normal baby
Yeah,
ears.
And what are the big claws and paws?
And well, every baby has that.
Seriously? Did you actually give birth to it?
Oh,
Oh, he just
He's-
escaped.
he's gone to university. It's 18 now.
Welcome to Auctions of Art. We are going to sell this beautiful picture. Let's start with, like, I don't know, maybe 25 euros? 25 euros?
I give you 3 euros.
3 euros. Okay, we got 3 euros. We have more than 3 euros?
Fiver.
5 euros. What else we have here?
£10.
10 pounds. We got 10 pounds.
I'll give you 20.
$20 for this piece of crap. No more. Okay, sold for $20.
Non hai sol cando non está. Non hai sol cando non está. Non hai sol cando non está. Esta cidade non é casa cando ela non está.
I'm very scared.
I know. But
There's something strange happening.
yes, I don't know. Maybe we can call the police, or we can do.
I don't know. I'm very
This is very
scared.
scary. Do you know how to pray to maybe God or something like that?
I don't know how to do that.
I can try. Please, God, help us.
I'm very scared.
I'm very scared too. Where is the creature? I can hear it. It's very. Oh no! I think he's there. He's there. It's here.
So that was Espejo Negro, Black Mirror. It was parodied by Edu Fernandez. So next we have Richard Ballin, who will be reading. He lives in, I think, Massachusetts, so he's part of Ayn Gordon's group. By the way, Edu Fernandez was part of Dora Garcia's group, the visual artist. So now we have Richard Ballin. He's a writer. So Richard.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? I'm from Massachusetts. And I studied with Ayn, and it was a great residency. Thank you, Atlantic Center for the Arts. It was great. Ayn has this marvelous gift where I feel like a new play is almost like a party favor. And what happens is you pull the end. He's able to pull the end and the whole thing pops. He asks these questions that kind of open up your script, and It was an absolute privilege, and I'm very excited to have worked with him. The piece that I'm going to be reading you is part of a larger piece that's called When the Dead Talk Back, Our Beginnings. And these are pieces that are about 17th century Massachusetts. And this is called That First Winter. It takes place in Plymouth, 1623, in Plymouth Bay. It's a woman who's speaking. She's about 23 years old, and she made the journey over. Winter has teeth. It bites the knuckles, the face, and scrapes the skin, raw as a peeled onion. Why, we had to come on deck if just to breathe, because below was a stench of blankets mildewed with sweat and a stew of bad mouths. So cold. When I had my period, the blood froze to the fabric, and Goodman Winter used that to chafe my inner thigh. The saints huddled in prayer, and sometimes I would join the outer circle for the warmth of the bodies rubbing backs like cattle, and the mumble of so many voices seemed like the lowing of the herd. We were, you see, the strangers, and those people with their dour, pinched faces were the saints who I guess were saving their good times for heaven. So with winter scraping the outside of us, there was a hole of hunger gnawing us from the inside, which bled out of some folks' nose until they married the colder side of winter, whose name is Master Death. This was our new life. The promised land tilted and swayed with the heaving sea. Did those saints think their God was going to give them the lap of summer when the sun was low on the November horizon and the gray sea flecked with snow? Anything green had been plucked by birds and the wolf who skirted the shore with his howl. And then the numbering happened. Who be next? We tossed the first body overboard, but didn't weigh it proper. And it froze hard as a board and kept knocking the side of the ship like an accusation that robbed us of our sleep. So we set the small boats afloat, towed it to the shore, and the only place not frozen was the beach for Berrien. We didn't think of tides, and a week later, when the hunger was setting hard on us, we woke to see the crows settling on what looked like a board. But the spyglass proved the board was an arm sticking from the sand. The tide had thawed the corpse, and the blackbirds fed cruel on it. At that distance, the black cape of their wings looked like the saints, the godly ones aboard with us in some awful communion. The numbers grew. The small boats carried their sorry cargo to shore, and the men buried them deep to count for shifting sand and tide. And there was sad Mary, whose husband died of a cough which bloated his body, bulged his belly as if it may burst. The cough forced out his last breath, and his was a cannon of a body, which capsized the small boat and had two more half frozen from their spill. We sat long lines covering the two men with our feet to warm them and calm the terrified look that froze like marble in their eyes. But sad Mary was beside herself with grief, and she would pace on deck and pace on deck, and one day she called, "He's there," and pointed to the heaving sea. We followed her, and she said, "Oh yes, he was walking like her sweet Savior on the waves. This was the land of the miracle." And she threw herself off the side and bobbed with the gulls wheeling above her like a halo as the men tried to lower the boat, but it weren't long until she was horizontal dead and rocking like a child in a cradle. Mary was a large woman. And when she was brought aboard and the cold wind stiffened her hair like wire, we saw her bulk. She hadn't died of illness and had a good deal of fat. The preacher knelt to pray. As the other saints joined him, he looked up with eyes that shone wet from biting wind and said, "She's been given to us." And there was a murmur. She is our communion. As we eat the bread and body of our Lord, he has appeared to call her to her place in heaven, and this body to save this, his dear colony. One breast alone was enough for one small meal, and I ran to the side and retched into the sea. We strangers were terrified and refused to eat, although the smell of smoke was tempting and the acids burned canyons inside our stomachs as we watched their mouths moist with grease. We formed a tribe, a pact. If the saints should think to take one of us, we would fight for each life as if it were our own. But they were not interested in the living. Oh no, Mary was their gift from God. And it was this which split the colony when we marched out of the colony south. The horror of it, we agreed not to record lest our sponsors withdraw their support. The Indians haunt Plymouth because of a disease brought by a boat earlier. And now one-breasted Mary walks the beach weeping for her husband who walks the waves of Plymouth Bay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Loudon Norman, Executive Director at Atlantic Center for the Arts, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and staff, I'd like to welcome you to Inside Out for residency number 179. As you know, this is our first hybrid residency, with some of the artists participating in person and the others participating virtually. I want to thank AIM, Dora, and Billy for your commitment to making this happen in such a creative and collaborative way. And I want to thank all of you artists so very much for being here and for sharing this first experience with us. I heard something that really just began to scratch the surface of what's been happening with those in our creative world. And it was a statement that went like this: on March 13th, I didn't know that March 12th was my last day of work as a carpenter at an off-Broadway theater. That was tremendously impactful to me. And it's just a little snippet of what every one of you is experiencing and what everyone in the creative world right now is experiencing. It makes being able to do this so much more important. I thank you for continuing to create over the past 8 months. I look forward to hearing from you as this experience goes on to take on another life outside of the residency. And I'm really proud of all of you and want you to know how much we are here to support you as you continue your journey. So thank you to each of you.
أخطت تلك الأقدام في العصور القديمة فوق جبال إنجلترا الخضراء. وهل كان حمل الله المقدس في سحر مراعي إنجلترا ظاهرا؟ وهل لمع وجه الله وتألق على روابين المظللة؟ وهل بنيت القدس ها هنا بين هذه المطاحن الشيطانية الظلام؟ اجلب لي قوسي من الذهب المحروق، اجلب لي سهام رغباتي، اجلب لي رمحي، افتح الغيوم، اجلب لي عربتي من نار. لن أكف عن القتال الذهني، ولن يبقى حسامي نائما في اليد، حتى أن ابني القدس في حضن إنجلترا موطن الخضار.
أخدت تقال أقدام في الأزور
قديمة أخذت It's William Blake who wrote this poem. The Green Land, the Jerusalem, the Green Jerusalem, was supposed to be, was a failure to be in Palestine. It was supposed to be on the Green Land, on England, Greenland. It's not only William Blake. White English men had the same idea. In the 18th century, it's Britain. Yes, it was a failure to be in Palestine. Please take it. Build it in England and leave Palestine. Leave Jerusalem. And don't get bored of it. Give it to someone else. Just leave it alone. خطت تلك الأقدام في العصور القديمة أرض لنا بزخ
Hey everyone, my name's Andrea Panzica. I worked with AIM. It was amazing. My cohort here, last minute edition of the program. So grateful to Harley and Nick for reading this with me. And thank you ACA and all the fellow artists too. So this is a piece called Movie Weirdo. Kind of a poem that I broke up into 5 speaking voices. And I will indicate those by these signs. So we have Marvin's Room, Family, Movies, James Dean, and Presidential Neglect. Cool, so you can see it. All right, so Harley will be reading James Dean, Nick will be reading Movies, and I will read the other 3. All right, Movie Weirdo.
The word movies is on my birth certificate.
3 weeks ago, I rewatched Marvin's Room, filmed in Brevard, big deal. My friend Chase, his mom arranged locations. Chase met Leonardo DiCaprio.
Chase was my 6 degrees of Brad Pitt connection. I think it went Chase, Leo Streep in The River Wild with Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon was in, I don't remember, but they connected.
Mom said we looked for the house where Marvin's Room was filmed in Rockledge on Fern Street. I don't remember doing this, but of course we did. The playwright, Scott McPherson, and his lover, Danny, and so many of their friends died of AIDS.
Chase, Leo Streep, Kevin Bacon, Murder on the First with Christian Slater, in True Romance with Pitt.
7 weeks ago, I saw East of Eden on TV. I remember Rosie O'Donnell on the cover in bondage gear. That was Exit to Eden. I quickly exhausted James Dean's 3-film filmography, moved on to ancient TV dramas. In one, he starred with Ronald Reagan.
Reagan would later, through his inaction, kill Dean's giant co-star, Rock Hudson, kill Scott McPherson, kill his lover and cartoonist, Danny Sotomayor, kill so many of their friends, kill almost an entire generation of gay men. Maybe would have killed Dean too, had he lived that long.
Both Dad and Dean had green eyes and drove Triumph trophies.
Chase, Leo Streep in Death Becomes Her with Bruce Willis, in 12 Monkeys with Pitt.
Dad once asked my sister and me, what color are my eyes? Blue? Green! The army said they were green. My one hope that, were he alive, Dad wouldn't support Trump is that he was drafted. Could he really back a draft dodger who called soldiers losers? When our president got the disease of our time, I thought, finish him, COVID. Giant. The one James Dean film I saw with Dad.
My birth certificate featuring the word movies was issued in Texas, Jet, Texas.
I'll probably cut this, but one writer, a trans man, says in his article, James Dean, bisexual martyr, there is something near transgender in these bifurcated before and after, poor and rich dichotomies to Jet Rink.
Chase, Leo, De Niro in Cape Fear with Juliette Lewis, in California Too Young to Die, and dated Brad Pitt.
The booming sound of Jet's well as it exploded and soaked him in oil was so loud you could feel the floor rumble in the theater.
Dad managed theaters, the Pit in Gentilly, some in Florida and Jet, Texas. Listed on my birth certificate, father's occupation, electrician, business/industry, movies/entertainment.
When I watch James Dean, I rediscover sensation. The way he slices the air with his hand to say, no deal. The way, caked in oil, he stands from the cab of his jalopy and falls to his feet, face skyward.
Sensation. Leo and Keaton driving into the water in New Smyrna Beach. Sensation. My dad in the waves after work at the Ormond Beach Theater, late 70s. The grandson he never meets calls it beat up by ocean.
Late 90s, Dad grew his hair long and pomaded it to look like Vincent Vega.
Sensation. I drive a go-kart around a college apartment parking lot. So low to the ground, so fast, so drunk, so in the wrong apartment now. No one speaks as I walk out. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hi, everybody. I've done residencies all over the country, and the crazy thing is you think like the days go really slow, and the minutes tick, and then 3 weeks later, it's like done, which is always a good sign. And I've been here a few times. I got to say that I was personally mainly working in the sound studio because I had to be in my bonnet to work in a spatialization scenario. And even though we're in this age of lockdown, I'll have a few opportunities to show it like that in the near future because everything's going to be virtual. Another quick observation before I just show this little film is that I've been here with many and witnessed many master artists, and I have to say that Billy put in more time and energy with his group than I think I've witnessed any other master artist here, so he should be commended for that. Even though I was sort of even though I was the one who was sort of isolating themselves, but I did witness that he really went and did put a lot more energy than any other resident artist, master artist. I'm tripping on my words now. Anyway, this piece I'm going to show right now is one of the few projects I've been working on here, in that I built a real-time video switcher. I work in film and sound. So these are just some short excerpts from a piece I used with a custom-built video switcher. So essentially what's happening here is all taking place in real time. So it's about 5.5 minutes long. And then the studio will be open so you can hear some spatialization before we lock down again.
moment. It looked...
Guess it's killed. But it's only many a man in his day. It's antique now.
That way a little bit. But you wouldn't mind pointing it...
Of course not.
Sure it is.
But it's perfectly harmless.
Oh! Do you mind? I can stand a little air.
Lots of it in the garden. Remember?
What about the vase?
I killed him.
Never mind him.
Hello, this is Dora Garcia speaking from Madrid. I am normally living in Barcelona, but I'm in Madrid because of family matters. So I am speaking from Madrid and sending to you a big good morning, good evening in Florida, I suppose. I wanted to send to you this short, I will make it short, salutation video, which will as well be completely improvised because there has been not much time to prepare it, and as you know, the circumstances here in Madrid are crazy and hard to navigate. So here I am with an improvised video just to say hello to you and to say thanks to you. So I will first start with the thanks. I want to thank the staff, the people working in the Atlantic Center for the Arts. I want to thank Ivan Riascos. I want to thank Elizabeth Allen Cannon, a lot for their patience and their care and devotion to make this possible. It was hard, and I believe it has been successful. And I want to give a lot of thanks to the participants of my residency, the artists Abigail Levine, Esther Partegas, Naomi Moser, Kaisa Sali, Edu Fernandez, and Sabrina Fernandez. I also want to thank those who had to give up the residency because of circumstances that made it impossible to participate. But those that finally made it to the residency, I want to say that I couldn't be prouder and more thankful for having shared this hybrid time with you. It has been a hybrid time because half of the residents, that is Abigail, Esther, Naomi, and Kais, were there in the flesh. And the Fernandez, Edu and Sabrina, Edu Fernandez and Sabrina Fernandez, and myself, De Garcia, Dora Garcia, we had to stay here in our country due to the circumstances of travel and COVID-19. Nevertheless, we have managed to be together. I think the group has really enjoyed their existence as a group. We have enjoyed the individual tutorials. We have enjoyed very much the group meetings, all of this via Zoom, and I know as well that the people who met and were present in the campus, they have as well enjoyed their time there. So thanks for the effort of this team made of the ACA staff and the residencies, but also thanks for the participants of the residencies of Billy Martin and Anne Gordon, because I know there have been good collaborations between some of the residents of my residency and the residents of the other two residencies, especially the case of Kais, that collaborated with one of the residents of the other artists, and it has been very successful because of the work they produce, and also, of course, because of the exchange of backgrounds and knowledge that happen with this. I say forgive me for possible mistakes because this is a completely improvised video, but the core of it, in a nutshell, is big thanks. I have learned a lot. It has been a pleasure to meet everyone, my artists, my residents, the staff of the ACA, Atlantic Center for the Arts, and as well, in an indirect way, Billy Martin and Anne Gordon. And again, this has been a kind of pioneer work, a hybrid, as Ivan put it, a hybrid residency between present and non-present. Nevertheless, I think we have made a group, and we are all thankful for the time share. I hope you are having a wonderful open door or open residency. I hope there is some warm and human body exchange in whatever form this takes, gestures, hands, or waving. Keep safe, keep well, and I really hope to meet you in better circumstances in a not too far away future. Warm feelings from Madrid. Goodbye, and thank you again. Bye.
Cool. Hello. Hi. So Kate and I jammed the other day, and we've both been exploring all the different sounds that we can make out of our respective instruments. And we made some pretty cool textures, so we're going to share some of those with you today in the form of an improv. Cool.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming here and also being here virtually with us. All the artists, associate artists, even outside of the music. It's been just wonderful people to hang out with. The staff at Atlantic Center for the Arts, Ivan, Elizabeth, Nancy, Lexa cooking for us every day. Incredible meals, incredible times together, hanging out, eating. I only wish I could have met the other artists and Dora and I, Ein. By the way, Bob Holman says hello to Ein. But they're actually, I think they're in the same city now. Bob's coming next year. It's been incredible for me, personally. Growth, working with these incredible individuals here, really special, every one of them. We've made deep connections. They've made some really incredible deep connections, and that's really what this is all about. ACA brings people together, and they have this chemistry we talk about a lot in our workshop, about chemistry and how we become aware of these incredible one-of-a-kind relationships that can bring about some really special work, and that's been going on really strong. So I'm very grateful to be here. This is an incredible place. It's really a beautiful place to be. And we're so lucky during this time to be able to make it down here safely. Everybody's been incredibly cooperative, looking out for each other, really safe. And we've been able to hang out in this room and other rooms and collaborate with each other. And I just want to thank everybody. This is wonderful, and I want everybody to have an incredible, next chapter in their development. And please stay in touch. I love you all, really. Just wonderful people. Thank you so much. Everybody, please come up. Let's just wave goodbye, wave hello goodbye. All the associate artists, please come here.
Launch a performance book tour. These will become a publication. There's some more in the painting studio. And hopefully that will take this work around a bit. There's these texts, the redactions, there are movement phrases called utterances. And then there are these sort of phrases with objects that I call labors. So those are the component parts. And that's enough of that blah, blah, blah. Last Sunday, storms began. They have been threatening since. They joined the threats that have been cresting these past weeks. Last Sunday, two groups of people gathered on four corners of an intersection. They have been coming to the intersection since the summer. The lights at the intersection were long, and the division of the road allowed for team honking. A woman rolled down her window to shout, "You're so stupid. You're so dumb. When I have to stand in line for a loaf of bread, I'm going to punch you in the face." To your surprise, you find yourself putting your hands together and bowing your head. This is all just weather, then we might be making it permanent. Soaking us back into our houses, or sheltering in our corners. The original group is not here in response. They did not come here in opposition. So there is no need for them to pay attention to the flags and name and stars and jeers. Mostly they just stand. They are presents for absences. This is not a question of opposing beliefs. This is a small number of people standing vigil in a storm. You leave, and their heat stays in you, in your neck and chest and eyes for days. The wind picks up, and the sun is gone, dulling what is in the foreground and drawing your attention towards what is furthest away.
Maybe I don't want it, but I want to be alone. Like, what is happening? Is it a misunderstanding? Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like I don't know. Not that I, need to look like this for that to happen, but, like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I don't want it, but I want to be wanted. What's the tease about? Like, what is happening? Is it a misunderstanding? I can't. I know, but like, how fucked up would we be? I'm so fuckable. Like, why would anyone not want to be with me? You know? That, like, I mean,
send the materials to someone and then I would do one and someone else would do the materials translate. With their own interpretation of what you're. Yeah, so there's, it's a little bit of a game. I can videotape it. And it's a little like the non-correspondence. So if I were teaching it to someone, I was teaching it live. But, you would read this transcription while I did the movement. And everything you said would show up on the body. But it's a little.
Thank you.